Hello friends, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlie and this is a high energy Vinyasa Flow. We'll be moving in a lot of different directions in a lot of new ways, so please approach it playfully. There's absolutely no pressure for it to be perfect. You won't need any props at all, just your body and your mat. And when you're ready, let's get into it. So we'll start in a child's pose, and you can keep your big toes touching, open your knees as wide as your mat, and then walk your hands forwards to slowly lower yourself down into your child's pose. And then as you find your way here, take a deep breath in and a long exhale to let it go. Start to soften, relax with your exhale. Continue to stay mindful of the breath as we start our practice here. Take these first few moments to check in. Notice how you're doing today, especially if it's the first chance you've had yet to slow down. Stay with your breath. And continue to soften into your child's pose. For our final breath here, take a deep breath in through your nose. And then an audible exhale out through your mouth. Come up into hands and knees position, into your tabletop. And we'll start with a few barrel rolls. So begin by rounding your back like so. And then roll to the right. Dip your belly and your chest as you roll left. And continue to roll from side to side. Really exaggerate this movement so you start to wake up all parts of your spine that you haven't woken up yet. And then let's switch directions. So now moving from left to right. You can start to incorporate your arms, your shoulders. One more of these, then meeting me back with that rounded spine. Let's move through a few rounds of cat-cow. So on your inhale, belly goes down, chest opens, gaze goes forwards. Exhale, round your back, bring chin to chest, push the floor away. Inhale, chest opens. Exhale, spine rounds. Keep it going at the pace of your own breath, and you can start to pick up the pace now as we want to generate some more heat in your body. So we're looking to bring that high energy into our warm-up. Go for 2 more. Good. Then come back to that back bend. So sending your chest down, tilting your hips forward so your tailbone sticks up. Then walk your hands forward, start to lower your chest down into puppy pose. 5 generous breaths here, so really give yourself a chance to ease into the pose. Never by force. Just allowing the body to open up gradually. Stay with your breath. With your next inhale, come back up into tabletop. And then turn your hands out to the edges of your mat and start to rock side to side. Again, keeping the pace fairly quick. Then if it feels good for your wrists, you can start to turn your hands to an angle, and then eventually spin your fingers to face your knees. Again, rocking side to side. You can also experiment with half circles and full circles, Whatever feels good here. Just having a play around. Good, and then gradually turning your hands back so fingers face the front of your mat. Then tucking your toes, lift your hips, come up into downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal out your legs. A few rounds left and right. Good, and then settle in, find stillness. Look forwards, ripple forwards into a high plank. Then lower the left side hip down towards the mat. So little hip dip here. Come back up, high plank, and over to the right side, dipping down. Keep this going from side to side. So push the floor away as you lift the hips. Stay controlled as you lower the hip down. Just rolling on the edges of your feet. A few more each side. Good. Finish which round you're on and then meet me back up in downward facing dog. Keep looking forwards and then step the right foot as far to the top of your mat as you can. So really deep lizard lunge. And then let's step back, downward dog. On the left side now, go as far forwards as you can so you really get that deep stretch. And back. Let's keep this going. Picking up the pace now. Building that energy. Keep your movements mindful. So you're going fast, but you're not rushing it. You're staying control. Good. One more to each side. And then meet me back in downward dog. Keep looking forwards. This time we're going to jump the feet to the outsides of the hands to come to Malasana. So start with an inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, knees bend and you jump. Find your Malasana. Lift your chest up so you can take a full breath in here. And at the end of your exhale, you can jump or step back to downward dog. A couple more times. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, knees bend, jump. Take a full breath in your Malasana. Exhale, back to downward dog. Two more. Go at the pace of your own breath. Move with your breath. One more round. Then stay in your Malasana this time. Start to shift your hips side to side. You could lift one heel, come up onto the ball of your foot so you can take more weight to that side. And then experiment moving in this way, side to side. Good. Finding your Malasana. Straighten your legs here. Bring your feet in parallel. Fold forwards. Take a hold of opposite elbows for ragdoll. Start to sway side to side. Slowing down your breath a moment. Letting everything hang out. Good. Then find where center is. Fold all the way forwards here. You can keep your arms in ragdoll. You can reach for the backs of your ankles, backs of your legs, whatever works. One more deep breath in here. And an audible exhale out. Good. Bring your fingertips to the mat, lift your chest halfway, edge your feet in hips width. And step your left foot back into pyramid. So both legs stay straight here, folding over the front leg. Draw your right hip back, left hip forwards to square off the hips. And then bring your chin to your chest, relax the back of your neck. Holding here, 3, 2, And one. Let's switch. So left foot steps forwards, right foot steps back. Folding into your pyramid. This time the left side hip draws back, right side hip draws forwards to square the hips. Steady your breath. Holding 3, 2, and 1. From here, step all the way back, downward facing dog. And then ripple forwards, high plank, open out to side plank on your left. So get your shoulder over your wrist, get nice and steady here. Then bending your right knee, slowly step your right foot forwards in line with the left hand. Then turn to your left, open out your back foot, move into Skanasana. Sinking your hips towards your right heel. Flex your left foot up, then stay as low as you can. As you bend the left leg, straighten the right, shift to the left side of your mat. Plant the right hand down, turn left, and step into side plank on your right. So that's the sequence. Now you know where we're going. A little bit quicker now. Left foot steps forwards, move into Skanasana. Stay as low as you can as you shift to the right side, and then coming into side plank on your left. Slow, steady movements. Let's keep this going. Synchronize your movements with your breath. Let's go one more to each side. Good. Then meeting me back in side plank on your left. Good. Now from here, step your right foot forwards just as you were before. But instead of coming into your Skanasana, start to sink the left side hip down. Reach your right arm back behind you. So you're in this twisted lizard, a beautiful position. Keep pressing through the left hand. Don't let that hip drop down. Hold 3, 2, 1. Now move into your Skanasana and shift to the left side, coming straight into that twisted lizard. So it should feel like a really natural movement. Don't let that hip drop down. Hold 3, 2, 1. Keep it flowing like this. We're just adding on to that sequence into your twisted lizard. So no side planks this time. And then Skanasana. Shift to the other side. Twisted lizard. And Skanasana. Good. One more to each side. Keeping that energy up. Try to maintain the same pace. Good. Then move into the right side of your mat. So coming back into that side plank on your left. And from here, slide the right leg forwards. Keep sliding it all the way up so it comes level with your left hand. Then spin the feet to the left side of the mat so you come into your straddle stance. Keep the left hand on the mat, reach your right arm up so you're in a twisted straddle. Hold it here, slowing down the breath a moment. Wonderful. Then turn both feet to face the front of your mat. Bend your knees and lower the back knee down. Keep in the twist and then lift up. Bring hands together in prayer and then left elbow comes to outside of right knee. Slow things down a moment here. So you're not forcing yourself into the twist. You're just giving yourself time to settle in here. Good. And we're going to come out the same way we came in. So start by lifting elbow away from knee. Open out your arms. Lower the left hand down. Right arm comes up. Then pick up your back knee, straighten both legs, and spin your feet to the left side of your mat. Then start to swing the arms over towards your left foot. Come into that twisted straddle. And hold it a few moments here, slowing down the breath. Okay, turning your feet to the left side of your mat. Now bend both knees, lower your back knee down. Stay in the twist, lift up, bring hands into prayer, and right elbow to outside left knee. Go slow in this twist. Give your body chance to open up here. So never by force. Good. Coming out same way we came in. So lift the elbow away from the knee. Open your arms. Lower the right hand down. Start to straighten both legs, lift your back knee, spin your feet to the right side, come back to that twisted straddle, and sweeping your arms over towards the left leg, back into twisted straddle this way. Keep your left hand where it is, start to bend your knees, and spin on the balls of your feet, lower your hips down as you cross the legs. Open your arms into a T shape. Then the right arm is going to come down and up the middle of your back. Left arm is going to come up and down the middle of your back. So hands come together in a bind. Don't worry if you don't quite grip both hands. You can just use your clothing or a strap. And then softening the eyes closed. Slowing things down just for a moment. Find that sense of grounding. Inner stillness, that place that you can always come back to whenever you need to take 5. Beautiful. Release your hands. We're going to move into the second side straight away. So left hand comes down. Press through your feet, lift up, spin out. And sweep your arms to the left foot, coming into your twisted straddle. Bend your knees, spin on the balls of your feet, and sit down as you cross the legs. Open the arms into a T shape. This time, left arm comes down and up the middle of your back. Right arm comes up and down the middle of your back. Settling back into that same pose. When you feel grounded, soften your eyes closed. And again, returning to that stillness. So even in the midst of a high energy class, we can still find this place, this feeling that we cultivate of ease, of steadiness. Beautiful. Release the bind. Come back into your twisted straddle. Then let's sweep the arms again to the right foot. Move into your side plank. Lower the right hand down. And then lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Nice. Lift your heels and downward facing. So you're just on the balls of your feet. And then we'll move through some spinal waves. So start to round your back, ripple forwards into high plank. As your shoulders go over your wrists, you can bend your knees. Start to dip your belly down like in cow pose. Then press all the way back, downward dog. With the breath, inhale, ripple forwards, knees bend, spine arches. Exhale back, downward dog. Keep it flowing. Really exploring this movement, exaggerating it a little bit more each time. Good. Next time you ripple forwards, come to high plank. Then lower all the way down to your belly through chaturanga. Untuck the toes. Good. Then hover your hands off the mat, so you're not using your hands here. Press the tops of your feet into the mat and lift your chest. So active cobra. Doesn't matter if you only lift a little bit. Try to recruit those muscles in your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and hold. Keep lifting, keep pressing your feet into the mat. Okay, you can lower your hands down. Now use your hands to lift the chest a little bit further. So first, we create strength, then we give ourselves a little assist with the hands. So roll your shoulders back, draw your chest forwards. Deep breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale. Good. Tuck your toes, lift back up into downward facing dog. And looking forwards here, step your right foot forwards, lower your back knee down, coming into your low lunge. You can rest your hands on your front thigh. Gently send that thigh forwards. Sink your hips down. Roll your shoulders back so we get a nice hip opener, a little bit of a heart opener too. Start to breathe deeply in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Stay with that breath. With each exhale, notice if there's a letting go somewhere in the body. And if you experience that, move into those places where there may be a little bit more space available to you. So this way we learn to work with the breath instead of forcing. Just notice how the body naturally opens up. And one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands down, straighten your front leg. So you may need to shuffle the foot forwards, and then you can flex the foot as you straighten the leg to come into half splits. Keep that front foot flexed so the whole of your front leg is actively engaged. And then if you notice you're starting to round here, try to lift the chest, roll the shoulders down your back. So the fold is happening at the hinge of your hips. Don't worry about the upper back just yet. You have the option to stay here. If you are working into your full split, start to tuck your back toes, lift the knee, and then slide both feet away from one another, lowering the hips down into splits. Instead of folding forwards and collapsing in your splits, try to use the legs, press into your mat so that you can keep your chest lifted. If you're really looking for a challenge, go no hands at all. This is how you will build much more strength. So staying here, 3, 2, and 1. Use your hands, come back into that half split position. And then back into your low lunge. Hold on to the back of your front ankle with your right hand. Then shift your weight forwards into that front foot. And straight away, lift your back leg all the way up into your standing splits. Keep your gaze focused on one spot to help you balance. Keep lifting that leg even higher. Use your strength. Hold 3, 2, 1. And lower the back leg down. You can step all the way back, downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs. Reset a few moments. And then we will step forwards with the left foot. Lower your back knee down. Bring your hands to your front thigh, and again, we'll slow things down a moment. So not forcing ourselves super deep too soon. This is a great time to really tune into what is going on with your body. Notice how the body responds to the pose, each breath that you hold it. Sometimes it can also help to close the eyes so you can really focus on what's going on internally without those external distractions. Beautiful. And lower your hands, straighten your front leg, shuffle the foot forwards, moving into your half splits. Remember to keep the chest up, roll your shoulders back so the upper back is lifted. The fold is happening from the hinge at your hips. Remember your breath here. In through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. And if you are working into the full split, tuck your back toes to lift the knee. Edge both feet away as you lower your hips down. Try to challenge yourself by using no hands. So it's just the legs keeping you in position here. And we'll hold for 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Slowly come back through to that half split position. And then into your low lunge. Holding the front ankle with the left hand. Shift your weight forwards as you sweep your back leg up into standing splits. Try to keep your center of balance forwards through your front foot. Keep lifting, holding that back leg. For 3, 2, and 1. Lower the back foot down. Slowly step back into downward facing dog. Give the legs a little wiggle here. Bring them back to life if they're a little tired. Then step your feet together in downward dog. Lift your heels so you're just on the balls of your feet. Ripple forwards into high plank. And then very slowly lower down to the bottom of a chaturanga. Don't come all the way down to the mat, just hold it there. Then push back up, downward facing dog. 2 more, inhale, ripple forwards, high plank. Exhale, lower down to the bottom of your chaturanga. And back up, downward facing dog. Really working those arms now, last one, inhale, ripple forwards. Exhale, this time we lower all the way down. Bend your left leg, roll to the right side of your body and lower your left foot down. Then press all the way up into your wild thing, opening the chest, opening your heart. Inhale here. Exhale, lower back down to lie on your belly. Bend your right leg, roll to the left, plant the foot. Come up, wild thing. Inhale as you open your chest. Press the floor away. Exhale, come back to lying on your belly. Come all the way down. Relax your arms by your side. And on your next inhale, lifting the legs. When you're ready, lift the chest. Reach your arms back for airplane or locust pose. Holding it here, rolling your shoulders back, lifting your chest and your legs high. Stay with your breath. From this position, bend both legs, reach back to catch the outsides of your ankles, and start to kick your legs away from you. And this will help you draw back into your bow pose. Stay looking forwards. Keep pressing ankles into hands. Breath is steady. Wonderful. Very gradually, keep holding onto your feet. Rebend your knees even more so your heels come to the backs of your ankles. And then from here you can let go of your feet. Create a pillow in front of you with both forearms. Rest your forehead. And we'll take rest a few moments here. Okay, then bring hands under shoulders. Keep your legs together. Press back up into a kneeling position. And just resting your hands on your thighs, roll your shoulders back. Soften your eyes closed. Taking a few moments here to let all of that energy settle. Just observe what's going on in your body as you slow down the breath a moment here. Wonderful. Come up into a standing kneeling position. Set your knees hips width or a little wider if you prefer. Then bring the hands just above the sacrum. So right at the base of your low back. Start by lifting your chest up. So ribs come away from hips, creating lots of length. Then as you exhale, roll your shoulders back. Think of pointing and lifting your chest up to the sky. So instead of thinking about this as a back bend, as bending backwards, try to think of it as lengthening the front of your body. That's what we want to happen. So with each inhale, chest lifts up. Exhale, roll shoulders back, and maybe you start to move backwards. Go slowly, gradually, little bit by little bit. You can let the head tilt back if it feels good for you. And if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, bring hands to prayer heart center. And we'll hold this here. So finding that steadiness of your breath. Not forcing anything. Just letting that space come to you with each breath. Wonderful. Slowly coming out now, bring your hands back to your low back. Everything lifts, head lifts last. Sit your hips back on your heels, rest hands on your thighs. Returning to that restful position, so eyes can close if you like. Letting everything settle a moment, so really important not to do any sudden movements after back bends. We give the spine a chance to decompress, to realign back to its neutral position. Wonderful. So coming into tabletop, hands in knees position. Keeping hips over knees. Come down onto your forearms. And you have the option to keep the forearms parallel, or you can clasp the hands together if you feel a little bit more stable in that position. So from there, tucking your toes, lifting your hips, walking the feet in to come into a dolphin pose. If you are new here, stay here. Just focus on pressing the floor away. If you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, lift the right leg up, come up onto the ball of your left foot and hold. 3, 2, 1. Right foot comes down, let's switch. So left leg goes up, come up onto the ball of your right foot. Keep pushing the floor away. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Let's take a little rest. So lower your knees. Come up onto your hands for tabletop. Couple of shoulder shrugs here, so just letting the chest sink down, shoulders come up by ears. then pushing the floor away, broadening your upper back. So stay moving through this. Little shoulder shrugs. And then we're going to work towards our forearm stand. So as I said before, if you are new to your dolphin pose, stay there. Work it for about 5 to 10 breaths. If you're looking for a little bit more challenge, we'll work into the balance together. So coming down to your forearms. Again, hips lift, feet walk into your dolphin. Then start by lifting the right leg high. Bend your left knee, and you'll begin to take little hops off the left foot. Keep the knee bent as you hop. Think of bringing your foot to your right leg, and see if you can catch a few moments of balance here. No pressure if not. And then let's take a little break in between, so knees come down, come back to those shoulder shrugs. If you're working on your dolphin pose, again, you can take a little break. It is quite a lot for the shoulders, so give them a chance to recover. And then let's go again on the other side. So last little bit of energy, final push. Coming into your dolphin, lift the left leg up. This time you're bending the right knee, hopping off the right foot. See if you can come up for a moment of balance. No worries if not. And then come back down. This time our resting pose is going to be a child's pose. So knees together this time. Bring your forehead down to the mat, and instead of reaching the arms forwards, relax your arms by your side. So this way we let the shoulders completely depress down the back. Start to slow down your breathing. Signal to your body that now is the time to rest. Now's the time for recovery. Use your hands to lift yourself up, and then come and lie down on your back. And as you lie down, you can hug your knees into your chest. Take a gentle rock side to side, giving yourself a little hug, rewarding yourself for your hard work. If you'd like to catch hold of the ankles here and move into happy baby, that's also an option. And then bringing the knees together. One last hug. Bringing them into your chest tightly. Hold for an inhale. As you exhale, slowly release the legs, straighten them out down the mat. And relax your arms either side your body. Rolling your shoulders down your back. Inviting the whole body to relax now. breath. Just becoming aware of any sounds around you, the space beneath you, your contact with your mat. Very slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Hug your knees into your chest. And then rolling onto one side, taking a few moments here, soaking in the effects of the practice. Just noticing how you feel. When you are ready, meet me in a comfortable seat. Just keeping the eyes closed for now. As you settle into your comfortable seat, sit up nice and tall. Rest your hands on your knees. We'll finish with a final breath together. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose or mouth. And flicker the eyes open when you're ready. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this class has left you feeling energized and ready for the rest of your day. Thank you again for your time. Namaste.